Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillah, alhamdulillah, salatu wassalam ala Rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Welcome back to Raheeq al-Makhtum. And this is the book which we have, Raheeq al-Makhtum. And today we are reading, we're still in Meccan stage. Now these guys, after torturing Muslims, and also other Abu Bakr Siddiq, even Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, they try to harm him, but obviously he's protected by Abu Talib. So now they decided, okay, let's go to Abu Talib and, let's see, try to convince him to leave his nephew. And they went to him multiple times trying to convince Abu Talib. So wafdu Quraish ila Abi Talib. The Quraish, a delegation of Quraish to Abu Talib. قال ابن إسحاق says, مشى رجال من أشراف قريش إلى أبي طالب. مشى رجال, men from the nobles of the Quraysh, they walked. That means they went to Abu Talib. فقالوا يا أبا طالب. And they said, يا أبا طالب إن ابن أخيك قد سب آلهتنا وعاب ديننا وسفه أحلامنا وضلل آبائنا فإما أن تكفه عنا وإما أن تخلي بيننا وبينه. They said, oh Abu Talib, indeed the son of your brother, that means your nephew, قد سب آلهتنا, has cursed her gods, وعاب ديننا, and has found faults with the way of life, وسفه أحلامنا, and he has made mock. Safa, ahlam are dreams literally, but ahlam could also mean here intelligent ones. He has made them seem foolish. So ahlim, plural is ulama as well as ahlam, wise, but halim. Allah is ghafurun halim, mutasamiyan, who forbears, who forgives a lot, who has patience a lot. Halim, hilm is وهو الحليم الكريم من أسماء الله تعالى. So he has safahu, he has made them look foolish, like our wise people. وضلل آباءنا, and he has said our fathers are misguided, degrades of our fathers. فإما أن تكفه عنها, either you rid of him for us, that is you do whatever you have to do. وإما أن تخلي بيننا وبينه, or you leave a path between us and them. I think it's tukhalli. Let me see. I think it's from akhalla yukhalli. Aslama yuslimu. So yukhalli. Akhalla ukhilla. Akhalla yukhillu. So to leave something. Tarakahu. So this should be tukhalli. Yeah, should have dots, but this some Arabic fonts do not have dots. Sometimes they leave the dots if it's understood or whatever. But literally should have dots because it's a ya. And many people might get confused, like, is it alif makhsura? No, it's a ya. And that's just the font of the printing. Sometimes they delete the dots. I don't know if there's a rule for that, but so they said, okay, you leave between us and him. فَإِنَّكَ عَلَى مِثْلِ مَا نَحْنُ عَلَيْهِ مِنْ خِلَافِهِ, because you are the same what we are in his opposition. That means you are still on our religion. فَنَكْفِيكَ, we will be enough for him. We are enough for him to you. كَفَى يَكْفِي, that means we will rid you of him. Rid him of you, or something. Rid you of him. Yeah, okay. فَقَالَ لَهُمْ Abu Talib said to them, قولا رقيقا وردهم ردا جميلا. He said a soft speech, and he returned them with a beautiful returning. It's okay. He gave them polite reply. So they went away from him. ومضى رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم ماضيا في عمله ودعوته إلى الله. Rasulullah continued. ماضيا, he was continued on his da'wah to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to calling towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. يظهر دين الله ويدعو إليه, and making the deen of Allah, preaching and calling towards it. This is in Ibn Hisham. ولكن لم تصبر قريش طويلا حين رأته صلى الله عليه وسلم ماضيا في عمله ودعوته إلى الله. Again, Quraysh did not have patience. When they saw he was continuing doing dawah and calling, بل أكثرت ذكره أو ذكره وتذامرت فيه, but it increased. The more he worked, the more they talked about the problem. حتى قررت مراجعة أبي طالب بأسلوب أغلظ وأقسى من السابق, until they decided to go back to Abu Talib, which is more severe, like we'll go and be strict with him and more harsh with him من السابق, than before. تذامر يتذامر is to incite. And تذامرت, they incited each other, they continued talking about it. How is he doing so and so, these many things? And تذامر, incite towards violence. تذامر يعني تذامر القوم حض بعضهم بعضا على القتال, where they encourage each other for fighting. Okay, they went to him. قريش هدد يهدد يهدون أبو طالب. They threaten, pressure. I think it is يهدون, يهددون. There are two dals. Yeah, يهددون أبا طالب. I thought there's only one dal. حدد يهدد, تهديد is to warn or threaten. So Quraysh are now threatening Abu Talib. وجاءت سادات قريش إلى أبي طالب فقالوا له. The Sadat, the leaders of Quraysh, came to Abu Talib and said to them, يا أبا طالب إن لك سنا وشرفا ومنزلة فينا. Indeed, you have age and honor and a position amongst us. وإنا قد استنهيناك من ابن أخيك. And I don't know what it means. استنهيناك. Istanha, yastanhi, to ask to stop. Like nahayan, he is to stop, prohibit. Istanha, to seek for stopping. That means istaghfara is to seek forgiveness, no? To ask to stop. Istanhaynaka, istanhayna, istanha, yastanhi, istanhayna. We asked you to stop. Min ibn akhik, about your son of your brother. Falam tanhahu anha, you did not stop him. You did not prohibit him from us. وَإِنَّا وَاللَّهِ لَا نَسْبِلُ عَلَى هَذَا مَنْ شَتَمَ آبَائِنَا. Again, they're saying the same thing. مَنْ شَتَمَ آبَاءَنَا. And indeed, by Allah, we will not be patient on this. Who curses our gods? وَتَسْفِيهَ أَحْلَامَنَا. And is it a noun? Oh, no, this is a noun. Yeah. لا نسبل على هذا من, this would be من شتم آبائنا وتسفيه أحلامنا وعيب آلهتنا حتى تكفه عنها. كف يكف, until you get rid of him. أو ننازله وإياك في ذلك, or we will fight you. نازل ينازل, we will bring our swords. حتى يهلك أحد الفريقين, until one of the groups gets destroyed. That means we will fight you. عظم على أبي طالب هذا الوعيد والتهديد الشديد. عظم على أبي طالب هذا الوعيد والتهديد الشديد. It became great on Abu Talib, this wa'id, this threatening and severe cursing and all these things. This and it became so فبعث إلى رسول الله. So he sent for رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم وقال له يا ابن أخي إن قومك قد جاءوني فقالوا لي كذا وكذا فأبقي علي وعلى نفسك. He said, indeed your people have come to me and they said so and so, so and so. So بقي يبقى or أبقى يبقي, I think أبقي. So let me remain and yourself, that means save yourself and myself. ولا تحمل لي من الأمر ما لا أطيق, and don't make me bear a burden more than I can bear, more than I'm able to. أطاق يطيق, more than I'm أستطيع. Spare me and yourself, put not a burden more on me that I can't bear. فظن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم أن عمه خاذله. So Rasulullah thought that his uncle would khadala, he would let him down. Now it's time now. Khadala is to, would not protect him. um, he would leave khadala yukhadilu. In khadala is also same thing, similar. Not help him. Khadala. So he thought, okay, now my uncle will also not help. وأنه ضعف عن نصرته, and that he became weak. ضعف يضعف, to become weak against his help. فقال يا عم والله لو وضعوا الشمس في يميني والقمر في يساري على أن أترك هذا الأمر حتى يظهره الله أو أهلك فيه. Oh my uncle, even if they put the sun in my right hand and the moon in my left, yasari, to leave ala natruka hadal, to leave this word, I would not leave it until Allah makes me victorious, or I destroy halaka yahliku or ahlika fihi, or I become destroyed in it. ما تركته, I would not leave it. ثم استعبر وبكى. استعبر, I don't know what استعبر means. استعبر. There's so many hard words. Huh? He teared, and he started crying. He said, استعبر. Tears started falling, and he cried. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, and وقام, and he stood up. فلما ولى ناداه أبو طالب, when he turned back, he called him. فلما أقبل قال لا, and then he came, he said, اذهب يا ابن أخي فقل ما أحببت, say whatever you want, whatever you love. فوالله لا أسلمك لشيء أبدا, by Allah I will never forsake you. Allah, I will not surrender you to anything. وأنشد, and he said in Nasheed, والله لن يصلوا إليك بجمعهم حتى وسد في التراب دفينا فاستع بأمرك ما عليك غضاضة وابشر وخر بذاك منك عيونا. Arabs had this quality, to say lines on the tough spot. So let's try to understand this and the hard words of this poetry. Abu Talib said, Wallahi lan yasilu ilayka, by Allah they will not reach to you. That means they cannot catch you. Bijamihim, with their gathering, with all their power and might, and they'll not be able to reach you. Hatta wassada biturabi dafina, until wassada yuwassidu is to be buried, until I am buried. This is passive, wassada yuwassidu, until I am buried. في التراب دفينا, as a dafina, as a madfun, as وسد يوسد فهو موسد, until I am buried. So wasada yuwasidu is to delegate something. That means to put under his head, actually, because visada is a pillow. So you give something, some work, so he put it on his head. So it's wasada. So until I'm delegated to the sand. That means I'm made to go to the sand, the finan, as buried. Fasda bi amrika, and do. Fasda, sada is do or implement. Bi amrika, with your matter. Fasda, do your matter. Ma alayka ghadada. There'll not be any ghadada on you. غضاضة means جمع غضائد, أصل غضة عيب. غضاضة means عيب. ما عليك غضاضة, there's no blame on you. غضاضة وابشر, and rejoice. وخر بذلك, and be settled with that, be at peace with that. وقر بذلك منك, and be tranquil with that from you. Uyunan, eyes, let eyes also take tranquility from it. That means do whatever you want, I'm here to protect you. Now, والله لن يصلوا إليك بجمعهم حتى وسد في التراب دفينا فاصدع بأمرك ما عليك غضاضة وابشر وقر بذاك منك عيونا. And then this is in Dalail Nubuwa lil Bayhaqi. Third time they come to him. They come to Abu Talib for the third time. قريش بين يدي أبي طالب مرة أخرى. Quraish come to Abu Talib once again. ولما رأت قريش أن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم ماض في عمله. When Quraysh saw, he says second time, it's actually the third time, no? Third time, because they came first time, he said kindly, so they did translate it second time. But they brought out a new technique. They were like, we'll exchange some boys. I'll give you this style and you will get so and so. So you can, exchange. ولما رأت قريش أن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم ماض في عمله عرفت أن أبا طالب قد أبى خذلان رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. When they saw that he was he was continuing his work, and they knew, Quraysh knew that Abu Talib would never forsake Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, خذلان, وأنه مجمع لفراقهم وعداوتهم في ذلك, and that he is gathered, maybe مجمع لفراقهم, to go away from them and make enmity for that. That means he will never agree now. فذهبوا إليه بعمارة ibn al-Walid. So they went with him with Umara. They took a young man, Umara ibn al-Walid ibn al-Mughira, Khalid ibn al-Walid's brother, and they said to him, يا أبا طالب إن هذا الفتى أنهد فتى في قريش وأجمله. This young man is the أنهد. He is the most youth, still in the bloom of his youth, and most handsome. فخذه فلك عقله ونصره. So you will have his intelligence and his help. واتخذه ولدا فهو لك. Take him as your son and he's for you. وأسلم إلينا ابن أخيك هذا. And surrender to us your brother's son, this one, الذي خالف دينك ودين آبائك, who went against. You see how they are inciting. They're always saying, this guy who went against your father and your father and so on. They're trying always to incite. دينك ودين آبائك, your religion and your religion of your forefathers. فرق جماعة قومك, and he has divided the people of your people, the unity of your people, you could say. وَسَفَّهُ أَحْلَامَهُم, and he has made them foolish. The wise people, he has claimed that they are foolish. فَنَقْتُلُهُ, we will kill him. Subhanallah. They are so clear. فَإِنَّمَا هُوَ رَجُلٌ بِرَجُلٍ, and indeed he's just a man for a man. We are giving you a man, we'll take a man. فقال, Abu Talib said, لَبِئْسَ مَا تَسُومُونَنِي. How evil. Sama yasumu, bargain. Sama yasumu, it is seen to discount or bargain. Sama yasumu, like Rasulullah said, وَلَا يَسُومُ عَلَى سَوْمِ أَخِي. Nobody should bargain or intend to buy on the purchase of another brother. Like I said, I want to buy this. Somebody is coming and saying, no, I want to buy this. After the contract is done, you should not break someone's contract. أعطى يعطي أتعطوني, أعطى يعطي تعطوا, أعطى يعطي, so it should be تعطوني أتعطوني ابنكم أغذو لكم. You will give me your son to bring him up. I should give him غذاء, I should feed him. وأعطيكم ابني تقتلونه, and you will give me, I should give you my child and you kill him, right? I mean, you could understand, right? Okay, we will give you this child, you kill him, and and you take my child and kill him. Okay, that could understand, even though that's also foolish. But I should take care of your child and all that. You will take my son, my nephew, and then you will kill him. This is what is this? هذا والله هذا والله ما لا يكون أبدا. This will never happen. فقال المطعم بن عدي بن نوفل بن عبد مناف. Mut'im was also there. And we know Mut'im, when Rasul will go to Ta'if, when he'll come back, he'll not have any protection. Abu Talib will pass away and all that. So Mut'im will give him. So he's like a fair-headed man, but he didn't accept Islam. Mut'im ibn Adi ibn Nawfal ibn Abdi Manaf, Wallahi ya Aba Talib. لقد أنسفك قومك وجحدوا على تخلص مما تكره. He said, Mut'im said, oh Abu Talib, لقد أنسفك, you have been surely fair in the bargain. وجاهدوا على التخلص مما تكره, but they have striven to get rid of what you also dislike. فما أراك تريد أن تقبل منهم شيئا. But I don't see you except that I don't see you that you want to accept anything from them. فقال والله أنسفتموني. ما أنسفتموني. By Allah, you have not been fair to me. ولكنك قد أجمعت خذلاني مظاهرة القوم علي فاصنع ما بدا لك. You have not been fair. أنصف ينصف أنصفتموني. You have not been fair to me at all. But you have ولكنك قد أجمعت خذلاني. You have gathered on my khudlan, on me betraying my nephew, مظاهرة القوم, and people to come against me. علي فاصنع ما بدا لك. Do whatever you want. Do what I wish. ولما فشلت, so they did not do anything. I mean, they went 3 times. ولما فشلت, فشل يفشل, I think it's with a fatha. ولما فشلت قريش في هذه المفاوضات. When Quraish, they failed in all these mufawadat, negotiation, mufawada, negotiations. So they failed on these negotiations. ولم وافق يوفق ولم توفق في إقناع أبي طالب. And they توفق, you could say, and they were not successful. وفق يوفق. So this ولم توفق, they were not given success maybe. Anyways, في إقناع أبي طالب, في إقناع to convince أبي طالب بمنع رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم وكفه عن الدعوة إلى الله. وكفه عن الدعوة إلى الله, to stop رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم and prevent him from da'wah. قررت, they decided, أن يختار سبيلا قد حاولت تجنبه والابتعاد منه مخافة I don't know what it is. مغبته وما يؤول إليه وهو سبيل الاعتداء على ذات رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. They decided that so Abu Talib did not translate this, I guess. The meeting could have been taken place in the 6th year of prophethood. They were not given success, or they were not successful in convincing Abu Talib to prevent him. They decided to choose a way قد حاولت تجنبه, and they had tried to stay away from it. They tried to negotiate and starting, but now it's time, like enmity, clear enmity. والابتعاد منه, and they wanted to stay away. مخافة, fearing. مغبته, مغبته, with the tajdid, I think its consequences. مغبة, مغبته, its consequences. وما يؤول, and what can lead to it. أول يؤول used to interpret, and what it could lead to. وهو سبيل الاعتداء, as the way of enmity on the person of Rasulullah. So now personal enmity, and then they'll start going against him personally. Okay, Abu Talib doesn't want to give him fine. We will go against him personally. So how will he go? How will they go against him? Um, uh, we'll look into it inshallah ta'ala in our next class. And that is i'tida'at ala Rasulillah, transgressions against the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and how they are planning against him, because Abu Talib is still alive. So they need to find a way where they can, go against him and not, create problems, tribal warfare also. They wanted to avoid tribal warfare also, because Quraish, who wants to go against Quraish anyways? So let's see, in just the 6th year, so 5 years almost has passed, and they've started torturing all these people. They went to Abu Talib so many times. All these issues have come. They tried to use non-violent means also. We talked about before, like whenever Quran is recited, they wanted to stop them. Haylula. They wanted to spread doubts and lies against Rasulullah. So they mocked Rasulullah and Muslims. All these methods. They wanted to stop the Hujjaj from listening. So many methods they wanted to apply against Muslims and as well as Rasulullah. Now, these are personal atrocities against Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, which we will talk about in our next class. Barakallahu feekum, Jazakallahu Khairan, Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik, Ashhadu an la ilaha, because it's a long one. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.